Tonight on CTV News, we investigate a new bill that could change the way that Colorado votes in presidential elections.
Plus, we take a look into a greener way to do course evaluations.
Then, how has legal marijuana impacted Colorado? Find out tonight on CTV. It's a crime wave. Just kidding, it's email scams. I'm Edgar Cedillo.
And I'm Matt Leisman, here to catch you up on all the news you need to know tonight.
Watch out, CSU students and staff. A fresh wave of fraudulent emails has struck university inboxes this week. Offers of fake jobs, faculty opportunities, and demands to sign a digital document have popped up in higher volumes than usual this semester. Many are coming from compromised CSU email addresses. The number of attacks in the past week, while not unusual, has come at rates higher than the normal background level noise, said Steve Lovis, a CSU's information security officer. One explanation of the fishy emails is this time of year is a new start of the semester. Most everyone has new schedules, and some people may be entirely new to campus. Scams are often high pressure and often involve threats or unbelievably good opportunities. Recent attacks have leaned more towards fake part-time job offers. There are actions you can take if you believe that you have received a scam job request. First thing you could do is delete the email and move on. Second, you could send the email to abuse@colostate.edu and have them evaluate it. The third thing you can also do is send the message to the Career Center if you are unsure if it's valid or not. Lastly, you can contact CSU PD at 970-491-6425 if you ever feel unsafe. If anyone has any further questions about security of their account, they can reach Lovis at colostate.edu.
Course review surveys are an important tool for the various colleges of CSU. They're used for hiring and tenure decisions, as well as to provide feedback on how professors can improve their classes. Last semester, the course reviews were available online for the first time, and this caused a few problems.
David Wolfgang has been teaching college courses for 5.5 years, and during that time, he says end-of-semester course reviews have been invaluable to his career.
Well, when you're in grad school, they're really valuable because you send them to your future employer. I included them with my job applications.
Dr. Wolfgang and the many other professors at CSU use course reviews to gauge their teaching methods and class policies.
Once upon a time, end-of-the-semester course reviews were turned in here at the Morgan Library. But beginning in fall 2018, with relatively little fanfare, CSU implemented a new online course survey system, which has brought with it many questions for CSU students.
The switch to online surveys happened for two main reasons. Firstly, since the spring of 2016, the course reviews have been subject to scrutiny for the implicit biases against women and minority groups in the question. The second reason for the switch is to save on paper. According to Paula Rodriguez, director of the CSU testing facility, CSU would use over 95,000 sheets of paper every semester on course reviews. That many papers stacked on top of each other would sit at just over 31 feet tall, almost twice the average height of a giraffe. While the online surveys did reduce paper waste, there were several other issues with the way the new surveys were implemented. For Dr. Wolfgang, the new surveys were announced around Thanksgiving, and he says that wasn't enough time to incorporate them into his class.
I wanted to be able to set aside time during class, and then some days it wasn't working. And so I ended up not being able to do that, and I ended up with a small fraction of my students actually filling out the exams this past semester.
Another complaint about the fall semester's online reviews was that students no longer had the option to submit their reviews anonymously. However, Paula says the option actually was there, just not clearly labeled. This has already been fixed for the spring surveys.
So this coming semester, there's a box that says, do you want to sign your name, yes or no? And if it says yes, then it just reminds them, then your comments are not going to be anonymous.
Quite as much, we're coding a little bit, but mostly we're going to be trying some things.
While a revised version of the course reviews will be online at the end of this semester, Paula says the facility is also working on a new evidence-based test that will provide more constructive feedback to professors.
A man who was running on Monday morning was attacked by a mountain lion here in Fort Collins. According to a Colorado Parks and Wildlife release, he was on Horsetooth West Ridge Trail when he was attacked from behind. The cat bit the runner's face and wrist, but somehow the man managed to suffocate and eventually kill the young 80-pound lion. Colorado Parks and Wildlife Northeast Region's Twitter account reaffirmed the runner's story. They wrote, After additional investigation, including examination of the lion, we have confirmed that the victim's account was that he was able to suffocate the animal while defending himself from the attack. Colorado Parks and Wildlife also confirmed that the runner is safe and recovering. He maintained serious injuries, but non-life-threatening injuries as well. No further information is available at this time. Definitely a crazy story to hear something happen so close to campus as well. So
yeah, and believe it or not, I think that guy was actually practicing the correct kind of safety you use around a mountain lion.
Yeah, definitely. I think Colorado Parks and Wildlife did agree that he did what he was supposed to do. You know, get big, scare him off. Definitely did kill him, but he did do the right thing according to Colorado Parks and Wildlife. So
yeah, growing up in Alaska, I learned a lot of bear safety, and it's very similar to the mountain lion safety in Colorado. And pretty much the big thing you need to remember is that you just need to make yourself seem like not an easy target for whatever predator is coming towards you.
Agreed.
So yeah, making yourself big, fighting back, that kind of thing just convinces it to leave you alone.
Agreed.
University officials have still not announced an official plan for implementing the ban on tobacco products, including vapes, on campus. The ban went into effect immediately after Governor Hickenlooper's executive order last November, but the university is still deliberating on ways to best enforce the order. Del Rey Ciaravola, the Public Safety and Risk Communications Officer from the CSU PD Policy Implementation Office, says last week's meeting was helpful, but they're still working towards answers. The university has not given another estimate as to when the enforcement will begin.
It's no surprise that the Electoral College is a controversial topic. That's why state representatives down in Denver are working on legislation that could potentially change that. 3 state representatives, including Jenny Arndt from Fort Collins, are currently working on legislation towards aligning Colorado's 9 electoral votes with the winner of the national popular vote.
So we're not taking down the Electoral College, we're changing our pledge of electoral votes.
There is some concern with the legislation whether it is constitutional or not.
The thing is, states generally have a lot of latitude in terms of how they direct their electors to act.
Our founding forefathers or parents built flexibility into our Constitution so that our country could keep up with modern times, which was the genius of the Constitution. It's important that we run the same language because what we'll be doing is joining the other states. So we don't want to pass something different than the other states did.
Colorado is hoping to join 11 other states in the Electoral Compact. Right now, these 11 states only make up about 172 electoral votes. With 19 other states proposing similar legislation, they hope that they can get the 270 electoral votes needed for this to pass.
If states who represent more than 50% of the electoral votes do not join this compact, it will not go into effect.
Professor Hitt notes that the effects on Colorado could vary, considering that this state is still considered a battleground state.
Well, Colorado, it's hard to know what the political ramifications of such a huge institutional change would be, right?
Arndt hopes that people from both sides of the aisle come together to support the legislation here locally in Colorado and across the United States.
When people voted for a president, they would feel empowered. Everyone. That's what I'm hoping. If that's not the case, we can think of something else.
The bill will now head to the Democratic-controlled House of Representatives next Tuesday, the 12th. If it passes, the bill will still need to head to Governor Polis for more approval.
It's 2019, and you might be asking where marijuana is since its legalization 7 years ago. Here's reporter Isabella Roberts with your answer.
A report was published by the Colorado Division of Criminal Justice on the impacts of marijuana legalization in Colorado. Marijuana legalized its use to anyone 21 years or older at the end of 2012.
They're taking it away from the criminals, and allowing the states to tax it, which is, bringing in revenues for the schools. I think it's a good thing. I really do.
From 2014 to 2017, Colorado State Patrol DUI cases were down by 15%. Since its legalization, law enforcement has been closely following black market activity.
I like the fact that it's not so criminal and dirty.
Marijuana was the top most common reason in school expulsions and law enforcement referrals in the 2016-2017 school year. Dropout rates have gone down and graduation rates have gone up since its legalization in 2012.
I like the fact that they've cleaned it up a lot.
This is Isabella Roberts reporting with CTV.
The report was published in October 2018. For more information, you can go to colorado.gov.
Okay, Rams, that's it for us, but don't go anywhere yet.
Up next, Hannah Willis will tell us how many layers we should wear for our 8 a.m.s on National Weathercasters Day. Stay tuned.